this is the next video, or the second video on the bearings. So here the question reads: the bearing of the diagram below shows 3 points J, K, and L. J, K, and L on the level ground. So these are on the ground. It's like imaginary points which are on the ground. K is due east of J. So K is to the east of J. That's the meaning there. When they say K is due east of J, it means K is to the east of J. Angle LJK is 70 degrees. Angle LJK is 70. So an angle is always on the middle letter. And angle JKL is 30 degrees. Angle JKL is 30 degrees. And angle is always on the middle letter. So the middle letter is K. So that's where the angle will be made or produced. From there, we have calculate the bearing of K from L. Calculate the bearing of K from L. Just like in the previous video, when they say K from L, target from. You target from. So we will just draw the diagram for easy calculation. So when you are studying or when you are solving a question, if there is a question with a diagram, always try to redraw the diagram so that you do not confuse the question. So that's why I have drawn the diagram again, so that the question stands and I do my workings from here. Okay. So the first question is bearing of K from L. So we said in the previous video that we always go from. So you go on the from. So this is our from, which is K, which is L. We go on the from, draw a knot like that. Then start from the top and meet the letter which has been mentioned. Make an angle from the top to meet the letter which has been mentioned. So we are going to meet K. So meaning this is the angle which is required. That is the angle which is required. So now it's our duty now to look for this angle. So we create the knot which is there. We also create another knot which is there. So our aim is to look for this angle, this one which I've shaded. That is our aim. But once we know this entire angle, it will be easier to tell what this angle is. Why am I saying so? Because here I have this one and I have this one. This one. So, since we were told that K is due east of J, it means this is 90 degrees. This is 90. So the top equals 160. When we add 90 plus 70, this part is giving us 160. Then this side, we know that these two are aligned angles, meaning this one and this one should give us 180. So if this is 160, then this is 20 degrees. We are there. So if this is 20 degrees, it is not difficult to tell what this angle will be. Because this is 70, 30 plus 20 plus the other angle to give you 180. So that's how it goes. We have used the property of aligned angles, giving us 180. So we know this is 90. 90 plus 70 gives us 160. 160 one and this angle, they are aligned. These are aligned angles, meaning the other one will be 20, so that we get a total of 180. Aligned angles give 180. So that is why this is a 20. Now we go back to the triangle. We go back to the triangle. So from our triangle, we have been given 70, 30, and then we have discovered that the other part is 20 degrees. And our area of interest is this angle. Meaning, if we say 180 degrees minus 70 plus 30, which is 100, 100 plus 20, which is 120. Then we are going to get a difference of 60 degrees. And that is what we are going to give our answer there, which is the shaded part. Then we will say, therefore, bearing of K from L equals 180 degrees minus 70 plus 30 plus 20 degrees, which gave us 60 degrees. But we know that a bearing is always 3 numbers. A bearing is always 3 numbers. So after the subtraction, we have found 60 here. So we'll just write a 0 in front, like that. Therefore, the bearing is 0, 6, 0 degrees. That is the case. So we are done with the first question, which is saying the bearing of K from L. So that is that case. So we now go to the second question, which is saying the bearing of J from L. The bearing of J from L. So just drawing the diagram again. So bearing of J from L. So J from L, which is this one. So we always go on the from part. Don't miss that point. Go on the from part. So that is the from. Then bearing of J from L. So go on the from, which is L, and then draw a clockwise until you meet the other letter. So the other letter is being made there. So your angle of interest is from here all the way around up to there. So the only part you are going to miss is this part. The only part which you are going to miss is this part. So this was supposed to be 360 degrees, but subtract this part. So if you are following, in the previous calculation for A, the previous calculation, we found this angle. We found this angle, which was 20. How did we find it? We did this one, J, then we said this. Then here we said it's 90 degrees. Why 90 degrees? Because K is due east of J. So it means they are on a straight level. Therefore, this is 90 degrees. There, and then we add 90 and 70. It gave us 160 degrees. That was the case. Thereafter, this angle here and this angle here are called aligned angles. They are aligned angles. And aligned angles give a total of 180 degrees. So from 180, what is missing? If we have got a 160, it is a 20 degrees. And that 20 degrees is what is belonging here. Meaning, from the entire circle, you are just removing 20 degrees to find your problem there. bearing of J from L equals 360 degrees minus the only angle 20, which is giving us 340 degrees. So that is how we are finding the answer. That is how we are finding the answer. So again, a reminder, we should take note that when dealing with bearings, the aligned angles, the points to take note, points to consider, aligned angles, give 180 degrees, e.g. these two. As long as there is a north or parallel, then these two, when added, they give you 180 degrees. Another point is that sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So that point is also very important. Sum of angles inside the triangle give 180 degrees. Then the other point to consider is the from part. You go on the letter they have said from. For instance, J from L. Go on L, draw a north, and start from the top clockwise until you meet the other letter which was mentioned first. Then the path you have taken, consider the angle formed, then that is the bearing. And always remember to write using 3 numbers. That's the case.